What's up, guys? TKF bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. This time it's versus the TheSoulSilverTrainer. It was a really good battle. This is our second match. We had a match previously, slightly beforehand, and he brought out a Lugia. I was like, dude, what? So it's a really good match. Here's the pokes we were using. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna show this battle, and I'm gonna say a few things that perhaps could have helped him out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the battle. Alright, so he leads out into a Typhlosion. I go back into my Ambipom, and he makes a good switch and goes out into the Dragonair. But my Fake Out will do massive damage. He goes for the extreme speed, which is good because he knows that I'm faster than him, so that's a really good play. I go for the Aerial Ace because I know I'm faster and that's going to take him out. So now he goes into an Event Mew, and I was like, dude. So I go for the Shadow Claw because I know I'm going to be quicker. I would have really swapped there into a Pokemon that could take a Dark Attack. Anyway, I go for the Extreme Speed, and it doesn't take out the Mew. It goes for a Metronome, uses Confuse Ray. I was like, oh, come on. So, yeah, I was definitely going to switch out here into my Alakazam, and I go for the Focus Blast. And he could have gone into a Pokemon that, well, he couldn't really gone into anything there because my Alakazam covers quite a lot of ground. So he goes into a Pikachu, and I Shadow Ball the Pikachu. And it lives really surprisingly, but I am quicker, so I do go into the Shadow Ball. And he didn't really have anything that could take a Shadow Ball, so he might as well have left that in. So I go for the Focus Blast and miss, and he goes for the EQ, which is a really good way to put a dent in an Alakazam because his defense isn't that good, so good move. I go for the Psychic, and yeah, he goes for the Blast Burn, and that is going to take up Alakazam, so good move. But my advice, I'd switch out now so that you don't have to recharge. Yeah, I go straight into the Surf, which is going to take out the Typhlosion. So now he goes into Lugia, and he goes for the Aero Blast. I go into the Ice Beam, and it misses, and it's 100% accuracy. I was like, what? So he goes for the Extra Sensory. I would put a Grass type move on it if you can, or you probably can. I really don't know. I'm not too familiar with Ubers. But you want to cover as much ground as you can. Like there, I wouldn't use a Hydro Pump. I'd swap out into a different poke because I'm super effective to you and you're not to me. So I would consider a switch there. Because now I can just Ice Beam for the win. It's not going to matter. But you make a good switch into Mew. Mew is definitely going to be foddered though to the Ice Beam. So that's going to be taken out pretty easily. So now he goes back into his Ampharos, and I'm going to make the switch into my Zapdos to take the electric attack, but he goes for a Signal Beam, but that's not very effective anyway, so good move there. He goes for the Discharge. What I would recommend, well, actually you probably made the best play there, because if you just swapped into Lugia, I'd have killed it straight off. So good move. It's still frozen solid, unfortunately, and I go for the T-Bolt, and that's going to take that out after the Roar. So you've made some good plays, dude. I think you just need some better pokes. I go for the Drill Peck because I thought it would kill, but it doesn't. I was like, what? Come on. So I swap out into the Dragonite, and I just go for the kill, really, but it gets the Power Hacks. So I go for the Extreme Speed because I know Power Hacks I'm still going to be quicker, and that does take out the Ampharos. So good game, dude. The thing is, if you look at my team, I'm probably giving away too much here. If you look at my team, I've got my Ambipom, which is only really weak to fighting attacks and stuff like that. And he can take it. He can sweep teams if you're not careful. I got my Alakazam. The moveset for my Alakazam is Psychic, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and something else. So I try and cover as much as I can. Dragonite is just a sweep setup. My Gastrodon, those ice attacks, ground attacks. The ice attacks is to kill the grass types. This is what you got to think of. I put Ice Beam on my Gastrodon to take care of the 4x super effective grass moves. I've got Gengar and Alakazam because I know Gengar is weak to Psychic, so I swap him into my Alakazam who resists Psychic. So it's kind of like tactics. Like you've got your Ampharos, so I'll switch into my Zapdos because I know it'll take an electric attack, and so on. So it's really, you need to kind of space your team around at the moment because like Lugia is weak to electric. So like perhaps if I'm going to use an electric attack, maybe switch out into your Ampharos or to Pikachu. I recommend Ampharos actually because Pikachu is pretty weak. You've got one fire type, which is good. Basically, you've got a fire type, a water, and a psychic type. Mew, which is like everything. An electric type, another electric type, and a dragon type. So Lugia is weak to ice. Dragonair is weak to ice. So that's two. So now you should really get a weakness for ice, which you have, which is fire, which is great. So you know you can cover that with that. Mew is kind of, you need to teach Mew the right moves. I would go by the most popular. So Most people use things like Tyrannotars, so I would put a Surf on a Mew or something like that. Most people use Dragon types, so I would put an Ice Beam on a Mew. Other people use, like, what else do they use? A lot of people use Scissors, which is a Bug type, and this will cover you from Ice and Grass as well. So I'd put a Fire move on Mew as well, like Flamethrower. And for the last move, I don't know, it could be anything, could be Protect, Recover. I recommend Recover. Ampharos is a good poke. I would keep Ampharos. Ampharos is an electric type. It's really good. Dragonair, definitely evolve it. EV train it in attack. Teach it Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance. Substitute if you can. Stuff like that. And Roost is always good to have, because Dragonite is pretty much unstoppable once it sets up. And as for the Pikachu, I'd get rid of it. I wouldn't have a Pikachu. If you're going to keep the team you're using now, those are the moves I suggest. And for the Pikachu, I don't know. I mean, you really got to look at your options and see what you've not covered. I know you're carrying EQ on the Typhlosion, which is pretty cool. I really don't know. Maybe you should think about. I don't know. Maybe even not a flying type actually, because that would make 3 pokes weak to ice. Well, basically you need to figure out what your team's weak against, and then chuck something in there that's not weak to anything. I really would have a hard time saying what to suggest to put in there. Maybe a ghost type would be a good idea actually. Maybe get yourself a Gengar or a Mismagius if you can get one. If you ask me, dude, I will trade you a ghost type. I have a Mismagius, a Gengar, I can trade you. So anyway, thanks for watching the battle, guys. I don't know if TheSoulSilverTrainer's got a YouTube channel. If he has, I will update the description and put the link in there. But other than that, yeah, great game, dude. That was really good. If you have better pokes, I'm sure you could do a massively good job. So thanks for watching.